Lakers hold on to get the win in Utah. They will take it. A little assist from Coach Hardy there. We'll show it at some point with the assist with a timely timeout. Shorthanded Lakers, but LeBron and AD stepped up in a big way. And big game, James, bottom line, wild ending.
Yeah, we were listening to Stu Lance at the end of the game, and Byron re-emphasized, escaped. They escaped one.
Yeah.
It was a weird game, you know.
Went cold at the end there.
Just went cold. Seemed like when the Lakers had a chances to pull away, they go up 5, all of a sudden they turn it over. Utah get back in it. And Utah had a game last night, too.
Yeah.
I guess their energy, overflowed from last night because
I'll take it.
Got the win.
Yeah. Minus 21 for 3, but
we got the win.
Win the game. Only 5 turnovers on the road.
Yeah, I mean, great job as far as taking care of the ball tonight.
Yeah.
LeBron couldn't buy a basket from three-point land, but he did everything else, Braz. And then, as we talked about, the MVP tonight is not LeBron James or Anthony Davis. It's Coach Hardy. Mm-hmm. He did a great job of calling the timeout.
Yeah.
When they had a mismatch on a one-on-one with Saxon, who was able to get to the basket, and maybe the timeout obviously maybe had everybody stop play because Anthony Davis was there. He was going to be there to obviously contest that shot, But, I've always been a firm believer as a coach. When you get that rebound, you got to make a decision real quick. Either you're going to call timeout right then and advance the ball, set up your play, or you're going to let these guys play because now the defense can't set up.
Yeah.
So maybe a mistake on his part for calling that timeout. But as Clever said and as Stu and Big Bill said, hey, we escaped. We got the W. Let's move on.
Yeah, well said by both you guys.
Yeah, very surprising. I mean, it's a little hard to tell in some of the camera angles what Will Hardy's trying to do here. LeBron misses the 3 ball. About 10 seconds left. And then, they got a timeout. Utah has a timeout. Instead, it's like get the ball up court. And as you pointed out, Sexton had a one-on-one. He had a mismatch. He was going to the bucket. Now they want the timeout. 2 seconds left. Too late. Sexton couldn't collect himself off the inbounds. Like 3 guys blocked the shot at once for the Lakers, and the Lakers escaped. Obviously, the word of the night. Hey, this is a good win for the Lakers. Yeah. They had 4 guys out, 4 regular guys out. Jackson Hayes out another couple weeks at least. Cam Reddish not feeling well. D'Lo not feeling well. Austin Reeves took that hard fall. That's almost 40 points on the bench tonight with those 4 guys. So I know you're playing Utah. They're not very good. But you still got to play the game. You got to get the win on the road. Because think about it right now, James, if they were getting on the airplane, going to play Minnesota, they're leaving right now. They got to play the Timberwolves tomorrow. That's a terrible feeling if you lose this game because Colin Sexton, he scores with a second left. So, sometimes you got to be lucky and good. And the Lakers, LeBron and AD, they were the good part tonight. And a lot of other things turned it into a lucky win as well.
Big game. So what were you seeing there at the end? I mean, I didn't see the coach running out, so I just thought he got around Rui and it was layup and game over in 1 second.
Well, like Coach Byron said, when you have a situation like that, you don't allow the defense a chance to set up. But in one of those replays, when Utah got the ball, I did see the coach wheel, which means
mostly
go.
Do that, right?
Yeah.
And
you either call it right away.
And it looks like that's what they were doing. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I don't know. Here it is. Take a look at it.
So LeBron misses big game.
So he's right behind AD. The coach is right behind AD. He's got the clipboard.
Yes, there it is.
Go.
Yeah.
So now there's
to me it
3
seems like
seconds
maybe
left.
assistant coach said, "Hey, you got a timeout" or something. I don't know.
He might have thought Sexton was getting caught up by the elbow, wanted to call a timeout, but
with AD coming to block the shot, I don't know if they would have had much time. But let's say he misses. You got offensive rebounders over there. Anything could happen.
And
see that angle, big game?
3 guys block the shot.
That last angle, you saw him run out as he was by him too. He came late. He came late.
Yeah. I mean, again, as a coach, you have to have, your game plan as well. What are you going to do in certain situations? Game situations, you get a last-second rebound with 10 seconds or less on the clock. Do you call timeout or do you play it out? And like I said, if you have guys, like I had great players. I had Chris Paul in New Orleans, and we were in that situation 3 or 4 offense, because 9 times out of 10, they know what you're going to run with the last 4 or 5 seconds of a shot clock.
Yeah.
You might have 3 or 4 plays that you want to run, but I'm telling you, they done scouted every one of them. So once you come out and you line up, 9 times out of 10, if they have a timeout, they're going to call timeout because now they see what you're setting up, right?
Yeah.
And then when you come back out, it just makes it that much harder. So if you're just going down and playing random basketball, it's hard for the defense to set up and play you that way. And especially if you can get a mismatch like they just had, try to take advantage of it. And I think they did themselves a disservice by calling that timeout and not allowing them to just play it out.
All right, before we get to JJ, let's hit on LeBron, guys. 27 points, big game we talked about in the pregame. You know, you had that 4-game stretch where he was averaging just 16, and the field goal percentage and the three-point percentage had dropped. Three-pointers tonight, 0 for 9. I believe he's 0 for 16 in his last 3 games, but the big buckets down the stretch, he still had 10 in the fourth, and 14 assists, big game to go with those 27.
Yeah, the team as a total only shot 21%. So, I mean, LeBron just not able to knock those down, but he only had 3 turnovers. And somebody who handles the ball as much as he does and tries to get people involved, I'll take that every night. But, you know, he stepped up, led by example. You know, when the Lakers needed something, got them organized, hit some big shots, found AD when he needed to. And so, yeah, I give LeBron, you know, a good night tonight for leading his team to this victory.
Yeah,
it was sketchy at the end. It's scary.
We'll take it.
He's going to sleep well on that plane tonight.
Yep.
There's something about a win. No matter how you get it.
Doesn't matter.
Versus a loss. You know, it's just something about you feel good, you move forward. You can correct your mistakes, but
on the flip side of that big game, think about that Orlando game that we're all still talking about sometimes because it still kind of haunts you a little bit because you should have won. Same feeling would have been tonight if you would have let that game get away. LeBron with that big lefty shot, too, at the end in the lane.
Big-time shot. And again, that's what I kind of thought he should have did with the last shot, you know, that he took for the 3, is to really just back that guy down and just get to the basket, make the defense collapse, and then he's the best in the league as far as making a play for himself or making a play for his teammates. So I thought he should have really kind of took that to the basket, even though he kind of bailed out and shot the 3. You know, we still get the W. But, again, 4-to-1 ratio when you talk about just 3 turnovers, 14 assists. And a guy that handles the ball as much as LBJ handles the ball, that's an unbelievable ratio. So you got to give him a lot of credit for coming back. And we all talked about it before the game. He takes pride in taking care of the ball.
Yeah.
You know, he takes pride in that. So big game for him to come back, and we knew he was going to step up.